Well, if it isn't everybody's favorite crybaby, Taylor Lorenz, cooking up yet another hit piece about YouTubers. This time, it's those soggy knees. That's right, misogynies, for making too many videos, making fun of a particular greatly disliked female in the Aquaman star lady. And this time she showed her hand, essentially asking for comment from a YouTuber who's going to be named in this hit piece, and accidentally revealed everything that she was going to say and is going to say. So now we can pre-strike and make fun of her beforehand. Everyone knows Taylor Lorenz is getting on in years, and some people, they say to me, Jeremy, like, maybe stop punching down. She's old. She's incontinent. She's, they have to put her pills in applesauce and things like that. And I say, no, she's a privileged member of the media. And I don't care if she's 200 years old. I'm going to point out that she is a disingenuous liar. She accidentally admits today, by the way, that she doxed libs of TikTok in order to intimidate them. You could see in this tweet, Walker Bragman, don't care, tweeted, "Doxing is a form of intimidation. It's really simple. Don't do it." Taylor Lorenz retweeted that. I thought to myself, that's pretty interesting, because isn't this you, like the famous Twitter thing? Is this you at the home of a family member of the libs of TikTok, showing up at their home, Taylor? Is that you? Because, it is. And also, isn't it you, Taylor, that went to the lengths in your had to be multiply edited multiple times, multiple re-edits, stealth edits, that listed the address of and the full name of the woman behind libs of TikTok? So I agree with you, Taylor. Doxing is a form of intimidation, and that's exactly why you did it. That's exactly why you did it. And of course, yes, it's fine when we do it. That's fair as well. But now we have an even more interesting little piece of information. So Taylor Lorenz, by the way, famously lied in her last hit piece about YouTubers, because she said in her piece that she had reached out to comment to the YouTubers mentioned in it, but she never did do that. Legal Bites Media, a female lawyer, content creator, was one of them, who publicly said, listen, player, no, you didn't. You did not reach out to me. You never reached out to me for comment, and you lied now that you're saying you did. And now at 2:48 p.m. yesterday, okay, so this is also a classic tactic of the peak urinalists. They send an email. By the way, most YouTubers, we don't check our emails. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have somebody to help me go through my emails, but most people don't really have an agent or somebody, or Taylor probably sent this to the YouTuber's business account listed on their YouTube channel, and very few people ever even check that. There's only ever bad news in there. There's only ever news from YouTube about losing monetization or getting a copyright claim or whatever. So I don't check that very often. It's always bad news. But at 2:48 p.m., she fires off this email and says 9 a.m. Eastern deadline. So if this person is in Central Time, I think they are actually, that means at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she sent this email and gave them till 8 a.m. the next day to reply. They're counting on you not seeing that email. Now, of course, they're not going to display what you said in its full context anyway, but they're counting on you. Kindly let me know by 9 a.m. Eastern. Sent this email at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I mean, email, like who even checks their email anymore? It's just spam. Hi, I'm working on a story about misogyny on YouTube. You are mentioned in the piece. How do you respond to the description? By the way, when you say you are mentioned in the piece, what she's saying is, I'm going to say you're a misogynist. I'm going to say you're profiting from misogyny, and I'm going to try to get your channel demonetized. That's what this is. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. I've just seen a dozen of these hit pieces from her. They're all like this. How do you respond to the description of your content as demeaning to women? Who's describing it that way? Oh, okay. So we know Taylor Lorenz is going to say, her piece hasn't dropped yet. It's probably going to be at 4 p.m. our time. My prediction is it will be titled something like this. YouTuber, whatever, profits from being misogynistic and harassing women. In particular, the actress that played Mara that everyone hates. Why does YouTube profit from misogyny? Question mark. The big business of misogyny? Question mark. I should be charging Taylor for these great headlines I'm writing for her. How do you respond? So we know that the article's going to say, wow, the content criticizing a woman is misogynistic. That's what she's going to say. You have grown your channel to over 400,000 subscribers by posting exclusively anti-AH content. Do you agree that your channel's growth has been due to posting anti-AH coverage? This is a Weasley question. Because what she's trying to trick them into saying is to admitting that, like, oh, hating on her is extremely profitable. But no, people don't subscribe to a channel. Like, anybody can read this or watch this video or follow this news. People subscribe to a channel because they like something about the creator, how they present things. Maybe you like my opening memes. Maybe you like, this and my pets or whatever. But everyone knows there's lots of places to get news. And that's why I'm so glad that you do subscribe here, because I know that there are many other options out there. By the way, if you haven't yet subscribed, there's a red subscribe button down below. I would absolutely appreciate it if you did. Your YouTube videos have received over 116 million views. Hey, dude, congrats. Have you ever received a notification that you've broken platform's community guidelines? And there you have it. Right? Like, there you have it. So, to summarize, what's getting said here in this last paragraph too, is that she's going to say that this should be against YouTube's guidelines, but for some reason it's not. What this article is going to do is going to be asking YouTube to take some sort of action on whatever channels are recommended in it. Apparently that umbrella guy is one of them. Now his channel is pretty much exclusively age content these days, but to say that it's all from that is not true. He's been around a long time. He used to make comic book content and, all sorts of stuff like that. I'm not sure if he's still, is diverse in his content, but his channel did not exist solely to cover the AH versus JD trial. It just kind of became that. And I'm sure that he'll go back to covering whatever else after there's less interest in it. Obviously, there's a lot of interest in it, right? 116 million views, good for him. Hope he's saving some of that money, investing some of that money. But what this piece, make no mistake, is meant to do is to either get that type of content demonetized on YouTube, to get that type of content added to community guidelines, which is absurd. She's a public figure, people, and in a very public lawsuit. Why wouldn't I be able to cover that? And I think also she's trying to get him removed from YouTube, get him community guideline strikes. Because you can always see in the way that these pieces are written. You see this article here in Spectator World, Taylor Lorenz is a crybaby. She mines outrage and attention by crusading against the ethically unenlightened. The Washington Post is one of America's most revered news organizations. No, it isn't, but anyway. Once led by Katharine Graham, an era-defining media CEO, and edited by now legend Ben Bradlee. The Post is famous for Watergate-era journalism, blah, 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 blah. Today, one of the Post's most high-profile employees is an internet culture reporter named Taylor Lorenz. Her involvement in numerous scandals involving reporting errors, frequent falsehoods, violations of journalistic norms, and troubling online interactions call into question whether or not outlooks like the Post can continue to function effectively as the fourth estate in the age of the online clout chasing and clickbait news. A former social media manager and marketer, Lorenz is credited, also born with a silver spoon into wealth and never had to work for anything in her life, went to private schools, is carving out a new kind of internet-focused journalism that made social media culture a topic for serious coverage. Now, I can tell you why that is. It's very easy. It's because they want this job. Taylor Lorenz wants this job. Nobody reads Taylor Lorenz articles at the Washington Post. Nobody cares. They are jealous that someone might, like Tug, might have 400,000 subscribers. She knows what he's making. I don't talk about another YouTuber's money, but he's doing just fine, I'm sure. So, you know, certainly making way more than her and getting way more reach and way more clout, which is what she wants. She's a cry bully. And because he's the biggest, there'll probably be other channels mentioned. Maybe mine will be mentioned, but she didn't reach out, so I don't know. And I don't care. But that's what she's really trying to do. But in all of this, she managed to accidentally admit that she was, in fact, trying to intimidate libs of TikTok, which is just so great. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you click that red subscribe button down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.